Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So the crypto market cap is up towards 280.6 billion, and Bitcoin is reaching that $10,000 mark right now, trading at about $9,799. Roughly 9,800, almost at that $10,000 mark, and we're going to talk about the $10,000 mark in a second. Ethereum up to $225 in XRP, trading at 0.278 cents. And guys, for those of you who have been paying attention, the altcoins have taken a bit of a dip. Here's XRP on the hourly. We can see in the evening and overnight XRP went as low as 0.263. Okay, right now rebounding back up to 28 cents approximately. So a bit of a dip. And when you compare this to Bitcoin, it looks a little scary because Bitcoin is continuing its trajectory upward. Now, this is all ebb and flow in the market. This is all supply and demand. All traders are doing right now are deciding what is the best asset for me. Am I swing trading this? Am I holding my position long? So there's more confidence in Bitcoin now, obviously, compared to altcoins. I'm taking XRP as the example for altcoins, okay? Because as you guys can see, XLM, let's look at XLM real quick, kind of did the same thing, right? A bit of a dip here. Let's look at TRX. USD, just to name a few. Okay, we could see some dips here in the charts for some of these random altcoins that I'm pulling up, and XRP is no different. Now, this has nothing to do with utility. Obviously, this is a spec market, and ultimately what's going to happen is that Bitcoin is going to push up the spec market. So if we go back to Bitcoin, all right, and we put it on the daily, you guys can see that on the daily, still we're seeing the strong trend upward for Bitcoin within the last, let's call it 6 weeks or so, and XRP is no different, okay? We saw a bit of a trend here, still making higher lows, higher highs. So overall right now, the long-term projection is still looking positive. And Pentoshi here on Twitter, at Pentoshi's Wallet, says, you guys are insane or traumatized if you are bearish on alts after the dip. There is nothing to suggest new lows. Look at the bigger picture, volume increasing, breaking 2-year downtrends, closing above the 200-day moving average. Dips are for buying. Big dirty dumb bulls will be rewarded, and that's exactly it. You can't get upset for these little dips. Little dips are going to happen no matter what. Overall, the trend is looking positive. There is nothing to be worried about right now in the crypto space. Let's just keep cheering it upward, and hopefully it'll keep going upward. We got to look forward to that, guys, and keep your eye on Bitcoin. It's important because $10,000 is that psychological number for Bitcoin, and $10,000 Bitcoin looks imminent based on this one crucial chart. So this is an article from CCN. I don't really report from them too often because I find their stuff is very broad. They don't really tend to talk about XRP in particular. So for broad crypto articles, they're pretty good, but generally speaking, they talk a lot about Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency space as a large generality. Nevertheless, let's go over this. So Bitcoin's price is eyeing an imminent return to $10,000. A key technical formation suggests a prolonged bull market is possible. Bitcoin gold correlation continues to strengthen. So they talk about all the technicals in here, but down here what they say is the altcoin market strengthens. Bitcoin is the undisputed leader in the cryptocurrency space, accounting for some 64% of the overall market. This oversized influence usually means altcoins and tokens will follow Bitcoin's lead. Okay, and let's just go back to this chart here for a second, guys. I have XRP here on the daily. Let's not forget this, okay? When did XRP start its meteoric rise? It started its meteoric rise to $3.80 approximately. On this exchange, it's about $3.30, but we know we've seen all-time highs for XRP higher than that, so $3.80, let's call it. And it started on, let's call it December 12th, okay? Started going up, pumping, and finally the bull run was over by early January. Now let's look at Bitcoin in comparison. Okay, Bitcoin during the bull run of 2017. And so what did we see here? So by December 12th, okay, you got to remember, December 12th is right here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was already almost at its top. So it had already made this huge move prior. And this is when XRP started pumping. So you got to remember, guys, this is a reaction. These altcoins tend to react to Bitcoin's pump. And when investors think that there is no more momentum left in Bitcoin, what they do is they bail out of that and pump into altcoins. And that's why we saw XRP rise significantly over those 3 weeks. All right, they took profits out of here. And what they did was they put them in here because that was the very next day. Okay, then they saw their XRP pump. And of course, this wasn't sustainable. So just going to show you that the fact that Bitcoin is the leader and altcoins will follow that. This also from CoinDesk, Kraken's Dan Held on what's the difference about Bitcoin at 10,000 this time versus the last time. So this is a podcast, 25 minutes long. Not going to get into the minutia of it, but just going to mention some of these points here. The narrative, speculation around Bitcoin as a safe haven, and the role of the halvening continue to shape the conversation. Okay, number 2, infrastructure. The tools for how people can interact with Bitcoin from lending to derivatives has never been broader. And number 3, the audience. Institutions are no longer just around the corner, but actively participating in the market. So 3 major takeaways to why it's different now, guys. This is a different market today than it was back in 2017, okay? We are going to see steady growth, I think. I think Bitcoin is on its way up. We are going to hit that 14,000 mark at some point, I think, in this year, 2020, and we will go beyond. Will we hit the all-time high of 20,000 in 2020? It's a possibility, possibly by the end of the year, maybe early 2021. And new all-time highs? Well, I've always maintained that Bitcoin is going to see 6 digits in 2021. That's what I think. So I didn't think that would go on that way. I'm sorry if I kind of detracted you from what's going on in the space. I also saw this from AMB Crypto. Hong Kong approves license for city-state's first crypto lending platform. So the crypto lending platform PawnHub has become the first company to receive a license from the government of Hong Kong, a license that will allow the firm to expand its crypto lending services in the country. Following the receipt of the license, the firm now plans to partner with a leading US-based cryptocurrency custodian in a bid to offer insurance coverage on clients' Bitcoin assets worth up to $100 million anywhere in the world. So providing coverage on Bitcoin, guys, this is becoming more and more common around the world. These exchanges are realizing that, since this is going to be regulated, we really should put our ducks in a row, get everything in order so that we can provide these services to our clients, and all that KYC stuff is all taken care of. They don't want to be caught with their pants down, so we're hearing more about this. Great for the space as a whole, and great for the people of Hong Kong. In particular, crypto lending is fast becoming an integral part of the crypto ecosystem, with PawnHub being the first regulated crypto lending firm to be based in Asia. Home to some of the world's largest cryptocurrency nations such as South Korea, Japan, China, Hong Kong, and Singapore, the innovative business model of PawnHub brings to Bitcoin community the best of both worlds by allowing them to retain ownership of their crypto assets while having immediate access to liquidity. Liquidity. It's all about liquidity, guys. And I don't know if you remember that video I did a while ago, the conspiracy theory video. If you do not remember, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. It's this icon here, guys, for those of you guys who are browsing my channel. Talks about David Schwartz working for the government, possibly the creator of Bitcoin. Well, you know what? Tiffany Hayden dropped a bomb on Twitter. So Backup Bradley, first of all, puts up this poll, okay? Who is the real Satoshi? And he gives some suggestions. David Schwartz, Craig Wright, who's clearly not Satoshi, the government, or none of the above. So a lot of people pointing towards David Schwartz, some people towards the government, some people towards none of the above. This is quite an equal spread, first of all. 42.4% clearly David Schwartz is the winner, but, the government trailing with 30% and none of the above with 26.9%. Okay. So then XRP Myrtle Beach posts this screen grab, something Tiffany Hayden said on Twitter, the same people who created Bitcoin also created XRP. Whoa, what? I hope you'll be able to carry on with life, but considering it's been over 7 years and you haven't been able to figure out the difference between a digital asset and a private company, I won't hold my breath. Okay, making a joke about probably a previous comment that we can't see up here. And XRP Myrtle Beach responds, so Joel Katz created Bitcoin? And Tiffany Hayden responds, ask Jed. Well, ask Jed? Are you kidding me? Is there more down here? No, just ask Jed. So, is she saying that the same person who created Bitcoin created XRP? And for those of us who want the real answer, we should ask Jed McCaleb. Yes, one of the co-founders of Ripple. I seriously wasn't expecting to get up this morning and see this on Twitter. We have been saying it for months now, and even putting together the pieces, with these types of videos and the Rothschilds, the Economist article with the burning Phoenix XRP, solving the clues to the puzzle. And Tiffany Hayden just added another interesting clue. So does this solidify it for you guys, or are you guys still skeptical? I want to hear your opinions in the comments. Please tell me what you think, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.